Hey guys, welcome back to Basically Books. I am Preeti. First of all, thank you so much for being here, for watching this video. You are amazing. Before we begin this video, I just wanted you guys to let you know that I did want to make a video where you could all actually see me talking, but the problem is I'm filming these videos on my mobile because this is quarantine and I don't have any other resources. And I just wanted to let you guys know that my mobile has just run out of storage space, and I have so many books, what am I talking about? I have so many files, some of them very important, that it would take me forever to declutter them, this free up the space. So I hope for the time being you'll bear with me, and I hope you enjoy this video. The Selection by Kiera Cass is getting a Netflix adaptation, and I, for one, cannot keep calm. I remember reading The Selection a long time ago when I was 15, I guess, which is like 4 years ago. So when I first heard about the news, I was really excited and I immediately wanted to do this video, but then I remembered that I don't really remember the story. So I decided to read the first book, and I did. That is, decided to read the first book again, and I did read the first book again, and there was no way that I was not going to read the other books in the series. It's safe to say that I love the Selection series. I cannot tell you how much I love this. I give all of the books in the series a 5-star rating because it's just so much good. It's so good. For those of you who have never heard of this series, I thought I would give you a blurb of the first book because the movie is going to be based on the first book. So here it goes. For 35 girls, the selection is a chance of a lifetime. The opportunity to be swept up in a world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, to live in a palace and compete for the heart of gorgeous Prince Maxim. But for America Singer, being selected is a nightmare. It means turning her back on her secret love with Aspen, who is a caste below her, and leaving her home to enter a fierce competition for a crown she doesn't want. Then America meets Prince Maxim. Gradually, she begins to realize that the life she's always dreamt of may not compare to a future she never imagined. Drum rolls. So basically, it's The Bachelor, except it's 10 times more better, and it's set in a dystopian world and includes royal families. It's in the future, so we see that there has already been a Third World War and a Fourth World War, and that United States of America is no longer the United States of America. It is now a new country with a new name. It's called Ilia, and it's no longer a republic. It's under a monarchy, and all the people have been divided into castes. There is a rigid 8-tier caste system in place, and our protagonist, America Singer, belongs to one of the lower castes. One other thing that you should probably know is that for the royal family of Ilia, the princesses who are born in the royal family of Ilia, they are married off to princes of royal families of other countries. But the princes who are born in the royal family of Ilia, they get to choose their bride through the selection. That is the competition, where 35 girls from any caste are randomly chosen from all over the country, and then they compete to win the affection of the prince. That is basically it. Like the basic structure that you should know. My friend who also loves selections, she said that Kiera Cass writes so beautifully, and I couldn't agree more. She is such an awesome and terrific writer who wrote the series so beautifully. Like, you can really feel what the characters are feeling. And for the most part of the series, I felt like someone was twisting a knife in my heart, because there are lots of heartbreaking moments in the series, and you can physically feel it. I swear to God. And especially the second book was so much that there was a time when I felt like going inside the book and shaking Maxim and America and telling them that what the hell is actually wrong with it, guys. What is wrong? I was so frustrated, but nonetheless, this is a great series. There are 5 books in this series. The first one is known as Selection, then comes The Elite, then The One, and then there are 2 more books that have been added to this series, which are Heir and The Crown. Now, The Heir and The Crown are told from the perspective of America's daughter. So far, all that we know about this movie is that it's being directed by a Saudi Arabian filmmaker, Hafia Al-Mansour, who gained critical acclaim for her movie Mazda. She also directed the movies Mary Shelley and The Perfect Candidate. Mary Shelley, well, I've not watched that movie, but I do know that it's a good movie because I remember watching its trailer and it was really good. Yeah. Hafia Al-Mansour has also directed a Netflix movie called Napoli Ever After. Never heard of it, never watched it, but anyways, there's not much that there is right at the moment. They have only just begun writing the script. They haven't done any casting, so that's there. Kira Cass has also tweeted that she will make sure that the characters are really portrayed as how they should be, or as how they were written in the books, and that is actually something that I do want very much. That I know that for movie adaptations they cannot make everything as it was in the book. There will be changes, which is fine, but I just don't want them to mess with the personalities of the characters. The characters should be just as they were mentioned or just as they were described in the books. I really hope to stick to that. And also, I don't want this movie to be like one of those Netflix Christmas movies or Hallmark movies, because I do understand that this has a kind of a fairy tale element to it, because there is a prince and then there are girls who are fighting for his affection, which is fine, but we also must remember that this is a dystopian story, and I want them to properly focus on the dystopian society of Ilya, to really show that, to show what are the problems and the sufferings, and because that whole backdrop is very important for this election. And also, the Hollywood has a knack for casting older actors who are who have such an age difference with their character, and I really don't want that to happen with this book. I want them to cast actors who are much closer in age to their characters. So since they haven't done the casting yet, so it reminds me that I have seen a lot of videos by booktubers who have made my dream cast for selection videos, and I really wanted to do that too, but I'm very lazy and I didn't want to go through the whole trouble of researching which actor would look the best in this role and whatever. So I didn't do that, but I did find my Maxim, my America, and my Aspen, and I'm so excited to share them with you. So first of all, we'll just see who I chose for Maxim. For Maxim, I decided to go with Greg Sulkin. I mean, just look at this picture of him in this suit. This is as close as it can be to how I imagine Maxim would look like. All whenever he is in suits and everything. And Gregory Sulkin, I know that his hair is not anywhere near dirty blonde or honey colored like it should be, but that's not a problem. Actors can always dye their hairs. And besides, I have seen a few movies of Greg Sulkin, and I think that he could really bring forth that sweet, charismatic, gentlemanly character that is Maxim. So I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy that I chose Greg Sulkin as Maxon because, I'm looking at this picture and I think he really, really looks like Maxon to me. Yes. Now for Aspen. So, for Aspen, I chose Alex Hunter Fitzgerald. If you don't know who he is, he plays the role of Harry in the Netflix original series The Society. And this is a side note, do watch that series, it is amazing. So, Alex Hunter Fitzgerald. I have to admit that I like him a tiny bit more than I like Greg Sulkin, so it was very hard for me to just think of him as Aspen because, Aspen and Maxon can be really handsome, but Aspen can never be more handsome than Maxon. It will not be allowed at all. Anyways, when I think of Aspen, when I think of Aspen, I think of someone like Gale in the Hunger Games movies, Liam Hemsworth plays Gale in the Hunger Games movies. So Aspen is supposed to have dark hair and all, but I always imagine him to have a lean physique and tall. So I think Alex Fitzgerald really, really fits that category. He would also, I feel, would look really good in the uniform of a guard or a soldier. So I'm really happy that I chose him as Aspen. I can really see him as Aspen though. Now for America, I have to say this, that I really couldn't find an actress who actually somehow felt to me very much like how America would look like. But anyways, I decided upon Kristen Fawcett. Kristen Fawcett is so beautiful and she's also a brilliant actress, and I think she would be really able to pull off America because she has that very sweet, innocent face, and at the same time, she would also be able to portray the firm personality and the fierceness of America, of her individuality. And even she also doesn't have red hair, but I think she would look good if she dyed her hair red. And I can again imagine her as America. Honestly, I'm really very happy with my choices because I can really imagine Greg Sulkin as Maxon, Kristen Fawcett as America, and Alex Fitzgerald as Aspen. I mean, I can really see it in my head, and I don't care if they cast anybody else. It's fine. They'll obviously cast somebody else, but in my mind, they look really good. And Kristen Fawcett and Alex Fitzgerald already has an amazing chemistry because they play a couple in The Society. So I know that they already look good together, and I think that she and Greg Sulkin would also look good together. I'm just really happy with my choice, and you don't have to agree with my choice, but I'm really happy because this is as close as it comes to how I imagine these characters to be in my head. So, I'm really, just really very excited for this movie, and I hope we get a good adaptation. Like, Netflix did deliver a successful adaptation for To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and also the very recent All the Bright Places. I haven't watched that movie yet, and I also haven't read the book, which I will do both of them, but I did hear that it is good. So I'm hoping that Netflix will be able to pull it off and that it will be a successful franchise because I really want it to be that. And also, I hope that whoever they cast, I really, really like them. I really like them, and they really get the casting right. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm really excited for this. That is it, I guess.